Ignite boiler and raise pressure. Start pre-purge by starting a forced draft fan, FDF. Pre-purge refers to a procedure to purge flammable gas that might have been left in boiler furnace and replace it with fresh air. Insufficient pre-purge involves a risk of backfiring because flammable gas left in the furnace may explode when ignited. During pre-purge, slightly open the superheater vent valve to generate a steam flow within the superheater. This prevents burnout of the superheater. Upon completion of pre-purge, set fuel and air control output signals of the automatic combustion control, ACC, in the control room to those at the time of ignition. In front of the burner, fully shut the air register damper to prevent flame from being blown out at time of ignition. Reset fuel oil emergency shutoff valve and open fuel oil line valves and cocks. Insert igniter into ignition hole. Turn ignition switch on and depress foot switch. This opens the air-driven fuel oil piston valve and atomizes fuel oil. After ignition has been confirmed, fully open the air register damper to blow air into the furnace for combustion while observing the state of the flame. Then pull out the igniter. In the control room, adjust the ACC to conduct burning at the lowest oil pressure. Conduct steaming according to the benchmark of raising pressure by adjusting the opening of the superheater vent valve. Inspect, prepare and initiate power supply. Initiate power supply necessary for operation and warming up of the main engine turbine. Also, set dial gauge for the measurement of main engine expansion at 0 to monitor thermal expansion of the turbine casing being warmed up. Set up main lubricating oil system. The main lubricating oil system conducts warming up while supplying lubricating oil to bearings and reduction gear tooth flanks. Since it's necessary to fill the lubricating oil gravity tank, the main lubricating oil system must be set up at a relatively early stage by starting the main lubricating oil pump. Fully open main lubricating oil pump suction and discharge valves and the pressure regulating valve to alleviate the power required to start the pump and protect it. Then start the pump. Regulate discharge pressure after the pump has been started. Set up main circulating system. As warming up begins, warming up steam and gland steam flow into the main condenser. To prepare for cooling such steam, set up the main circulating system in advance by starting the main circulating pump. First, open the C suction valve. Next, open the overboard valve to 20%. The overboard valve, which is controllable from the control room, is used to regulate the flow of main circulating water to the main condenser. Start the main circulating pump and check electric current value. Check pressure value. Confirm the state of running. Then open the pump discharge valve. Set up main condensate water system. As warming up begins, warming up steam and gland steam are condensed in the main condenser and the hot well level rises. Therefore, it's necessary to set up the main condensate water system in advance by starting the main condensate pump. After having opened all the pertinent valves, start the main condensate pump. While the main engine is running, the main condenser level is kept constant by the condensate recirculating valve. At the start of the pump, pressure inside the main condenser is the same as the atmosphere. The hot well level will drop if the pump discharge valve is opened. Therefore, the hot well level must be maintained by opening the condensate water valve's bypass valve while opening the discharge valve little by little. Test main engine controller. Manipulate changeover switches on the main engine console to conduct remote-controlled opening-closing tests on a stern guardian valve. Drain valves attached to the main engine. And first and second bleeder valves. Set up the maneuvering oil pressure. Manipulate the maneuvering lever in the control room. Then confirm that the maneuvering valve and remote control unit are in good working order. After the confirmation is over, trip the maneuvering oil pressure. The maneuvering equipment comprises the maneuvering valve, lever linkage, hydraulic servo, and cam assembly. It works by interacting with a remote control unit, automatic control unit, and safety devices. Start-stop of the main engine turbine, changeover between a head and a stern, and rotation speed control are all performed by the maneuvering equipment. Its mechanism does not allow the ahead side and the stern side to open at the same time. Maneuvering valve opening closing is carried out by a cam-driven device, moving the pilot valve first. Hydraulic oil that has passed through the pilot valve works on the servo piston to move the maneuvering valve rod up and down. Start main engine turning. To start the main engine turning, the turning gear is engaged via remote control from the control room. Main engine turning is carried out to rotate the rotors and uniformly warm up all pertinent sections prior to heating with steam. It also helps to supply lubricating oil to the reduction gear uniformly. If warming up steam is supplied without the main engine turning, it may cause irregular expansion in the turbine's structural elements and/or bending of the turbine rotor. Warming of the main engine turbine is accomplished by supplying warming up steam. For steam to pass, it's necessary to remove drain from the turbine casing and keep the pressure inside the main condenser lower than the atmosphere. The following steps are necessary to maintain vacuum that allows the passage of warming up steam.